See that thing that we were all told would never happen? Guess what? It started happening. What's that old joke? What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 6 months. Police officer jailed over racist WhatsApp memes mocking George Floyd's death. So, memes. Someone, a police officer no less, has been jailed for 20 weeks for posting offensive memes. Memes. A police officer who posted racist WhatsApp memes mocking the death of George Floyd has been jailed for 20 weeks. James Watts was serving with West Mercia Police when he shared the grossly offensive material, and because they're using that language of grossly offensive, I'm going to assume immediately that he was charged under the same law I was charged under, which is Section 127 of the Communications Act of 2003. Material in a group chat which included former colleagues at Warwickshire Prison. So it wasn't publicly on social media, it was in a private group chat. However, it seems that obviously, and I get cases about this all the time, someone snitched. I get so many university students emailing me, "Hey Dank, I was in a group chat with all of my fellow students and I posted a meme and then someone showed it to someone in the student union who then told on the university, if you're in university, don't have group chats. Have group chats for, your projects and your work and stuff like that, but don't post memes in group chats in university. Universities are leftist factories. That's what universities are now, right? Do not be in a group chat with anyone and post like edgy and spicy memes. Just don't do it, right? Yeah, okay, it's a shit state of affairs. It's shit that, literally 1984 and like all that type of stuff. But I'll give you the advice I say to every single student who asks me. Go to university, put your head down, do not tell anyone that you're right wing, get your degree and get out. Get out. Don't discuss politics with anyone, don't do any of that stuff. Just get your degree and get out. It's not worth risking your education, while university degrees are still worth something. James Watts was no, I've just read that, I believe. The married father of one was charged following an inquiry by the Independent Office for Police Conduct (IOPC) into 10 memes posted in May and June of 2020. So 10 memes, 20 weeks. You get 2 weeks per meme. One of the memes featured a white dog wearing Ku Klux Klan clothing, and another displayed a kneeling mat with Mr. Floyd's face printed on it. Birmingham Magistrates Court heard. I believe I've seen those memes. Other images made jokes about Mr. Floyd's death, featuring pictures of George of the Jungle and the children's game Guess Who. I've seen the Guess Who one, I've not seen the other one. Watts, who worked as a police constable, accepted in interviews that the messages were racist in nature. Another message, which was found after a Twitter user claimed a serving policeman had posted racist memes, mocked a line in the movie Jaws. Mr. Floyd was killed in May 2020 when a police officer knelt on his neck for around 9 minutes, sparking protests around the world against racial injustice and police brutality. Watts from Birmingham pleaded guilty at an earlier hearing to 10 counts of sending a grossly offensive or menacing message by public communication network. Jailing the 31-year-old defendant, Deputy Chief Magistrate Tan Ikram told him, "At the time of these offences, you were a police officer, a person to whom the public looks up to uphold the law, but you did the opposite." Interesting. Sorry, I had to make a cut because I took a coughing fit because I have a case of the fucking man flu. You undermined the confidence the public has in the police. I think they do that themselves. Your behaviour brings the criminal justice system as a whole into disrepute. You are there to protect the public and enforce the law, but what you did was the complete opposite. Well, this the thing is, the police actually infringed on this man's right to freedom of speech. They actually infringed on his right to freedom of expression. So the police have made themselves look 1,000 times worse than this man ever could. Like, there's a difference between posting some spicy memes and jailing a man, taking his freedom away, taking his job, his career, and all of that away, pardon, for 20 weeks, right? I mean, what looks worse, right? You know, the literal human rights violations look 100 times worse. The IOPC announced in April this year that charges had been brought against Watts and Jenks under the Communications Act of 2003. Watts resigned from the force whilst the investigation was ongoing. A misconduct hearing was held which ruled he would have been dismissed had he not already resigned. Sorry, I've lost my place. West Mercia Police said Watts has been added to the College of Policing's barred list, banning him from any policing role across the country for life. After sentencing, IOPC Regional Director Derek Campbell said Watts' actions had caused significant reputational damage to policing. I believe this human rights violation has caused far more damage. I believe it's caused far more damage. You're arresting people and jailing them for memes. If we were any country outside of Britain, the newspapers would be running all these articles about what a fascist, horrible place that country is. You know that. But it's okay, it's fine, we're the good guys, because it's us that's doing it. The content of these messages will disturb many people both within and outside the police service. Today's outcome must act as a stark reminder that this behaviour, particularly from a police officer, is unacceptable. It is important officers understand it is irrelevant whether such activity takes place on or off duty or in a private or public social media network. The conduct is likely to face serious disciplinary and or criminal consequences. And this is the thing is the police can proudly say, hell yeah, we violated this man's human rights, and it's become so normalized now that the police will make statements saying, yes, we absolutely did do that, because for some reason they think they're the good guys. They honestly think we are in the right in this situation. This man posted 10 memes in a private WhatsApp group which never would have went anywhere if the guy in the group hadn't went and snitched. What damage was really done? What damage was really done by this guy that deserved 20 weeks in prison? 20 weeks in prison for posting 10 memes in a private WhatsApp group. And this was the shit that people, this will never happen. That's not how these speech laws are going to get used. See if they did this to a police officer, to one of their own. I mean, fucking hell, imagine what they're going to do to Joe Blogs in the street. You know, posting memes to all of his fucking friends and all that. All it takes is for one person to go, that meme's offensive, that meme's racist, that means this, that means that. And fucking 20 weeks in jail. 20 weeks in jail for posting memes. That shit that everybody says will never happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Well, it has happened. It has happened. And I fucking guarantee you it's going to happen a lot more.